I'm glad you could join me this week. Do you ever have hand pain? Today I'm here to help with a simple exercise. For all you golfers out there, all we need is 2 golf balls. We're going to put them in the palm of the hand and just make some circles with the fingers. You should find that your hands get warm as we get the fingers mobilized, little movement. And now let's go the other way. Find one way is harder than the other, and that's normal. The direction that's hard to do, that's the direction we want to do the most. So just that, a few minutes a day should help with the hand pain, keep those fingers nice and strong and flexible, and really help you out. Now let's just do a release for the hand. So we're going to go right to the meaty part of your palm, put the golf ball there, put the other hand right on the meaty part of the palm, prayer position, and just massage the hands. So those are the muscles that close your fingers. We grasp things several times throughout the day, and the hands tend to get, the muscles around the hands that close the hand tend to get really tired. So this is just a nice way to release those hands and get ready for your daily task. Whether it's golf or gardening, healthy hands are important. I'm going to start with the Mermaid today. So we're going to bend the knees to the side, arms are out. We're just going to turn the palms up like you're holding serving trays. And then just see if you can bring your thumbs back a little bit further. And then try to reach something just out of reach on both sides. And then from here, we're just going to start to lean away from that back leg. So we're just going to lean forward until you can't go any further, and then back to the center. And then just lean like you're trying to reach something just out of reach. And back. And lean. So working those muscles around the waist. And up. Let's go 3 more. And up. 2 more. And up. Remember, if you do have a hip replacement, internal rotation is not your friend. So don't sit in this position. Just do this exercise sitting in a chair. And then when you're ready, we're going to lean so far that we eventually have to put our hand down. And now the other hand, we're going to stretch, 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 trying to reach right up for the sky. So feeling as tall as you can, really opening between the ribs and the hips. And then we're going to use those muscles between the ribs and the hips to let us pop right up again. Good job. Now lean, lean, lean. And out. Good job. And stretch. See how long you can go. Try to reach something just out of reach. And then when you're ready, pop it up. Open up the chest. Let's go 2 more. Reach. Down. Stretch. And up. 1 more time. Reach. Down. Stretch. And pop it up. Well done. Let the hands come down. Give your hands and shoulders a little shake. You'll find that your shoulders are really working hard for that exercise. So now we have to do the other side. So we're just going to change our feet over to the other side. And then sit up nice and tall. We're just going to open up that chest. So just like you're trying to poke your thumbs through the back wall. And then lengthen your arms out so they're as far away from each other as they can be. And now when you're ready, we're just going to reach away from that back leg. And then come back up nice and tall like there's a little book on our head. And reach. And up. Let's go 2 more. Reach. And up. And 1 more time. This time we're going to let ourselves go until we touch the floor. And now open up between the ribs and the hips. See if you can bring your thumbs and shoulders back even a little further towards that back wall. Really feel those ribs open up, and then use the muscles between your ribs and your hips to pop you back up. Good job. Now you're reaching something just out of reach and come down. And now stretch, try to reach for the sky. Open up through the shoulders and pop it up. 2 more, reaching something just out of reach. And stretch. Open that shoulder up to the back wall and pop it up. 1 more time, reach. When you're ready, come on down. Stretch. And up we go. Well done. Let the arms shake right out here. We're going to go from the upper body to your feet. This is a foot exercise that I really like. Really dives into those deep muscles of the feet. So we're going to start by sitting on your rubber band. If you don't have a rubber band, don't worry, just do the exercises with it. Starting classes Monday. I'm exceedingly excited about that, and people that are participating will be getting a rubber band, so you'll be able to join along. So shoulders are back. We're sitting with that invisible book on the head. And then from here, remember, to attend the class, you have to register at Stonebridge. We're going to rotate or push that foot right out. Right now the toes are facing your nose. And now extend through the toes and lengthen. And then let your toes come back towards your nose. And then press out through the heel and lengthen through the back of the leg. You're in charge of the tension. The harder you hold that rubber band, the harder your foot has to work. Stay tall. So we're going to start with the ball of the foot, the toes. Let the toes come back towards your nose, and then the heels press out. See how much you can lengthen through the back of that leg. Let's do that again. We're going balls of the foot, toes. Let the toes come back to the nose, and then lengthen through the heel. 2 more. Balls of the foot, toes. Draw the toes back to your nose and heels. 1 more. Balls of the foot, toes. Toes release, and then press into the heel. Let's keep pressing into the heel. Hold it there. Roll the shoulders back. 4 and 3 and 2 and relax. Good job. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to put that rubber band underneath your glutes. So you want to be sitting on it nice and tight so that it's not going to slip away. You want to make sure that that rubber band's really wide. The setup's important because if the rubber band's all crunched up, it's going to slip off your feet, and we don't want that to happen. When the rubber bands are warm, this one's been in the car, they tend to get a little sticky. Talcum powder can help, but it is messy on the clothes, so you decide what works. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders wide. You're going to push, push, push into that heel. And now really think about the ball of the foot and extend through the ankle. And now your toes, press, 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 all 5 of them. And then let your toes come back towards your nose and reach into that heel. Good job. I'm just going to move this foot so you can see that one. We're going balls of the foot, toes. Pull the toes back and press into the heel. Lengthen through the back of the leg. 1 more time, ball of the foot. Now stretch those toes out against that resistance, and then let the toes come back towards your face, and then press into the heels. Let's go 3 more, balls of the foot, toes, release, and heels. 2 more, ball of the foot, toes, toes back to the nose and heel. Very last one, ball of the foot, toes. Pull the toes back and stretch into that heel. Sit up as tall as you can and just lengthen through the back of the leg. Relax the neck and shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good job. Okay, while we're up here, we'll just put that rubber band over both feet. Near the heel side of the foot, it's a little more secure there. If it's on your toes and it slips, your nose is the next destination. We don't want that. Let's roll the shoulders back. So again, little tension on the rubber band, so those shoulders have to work just a little bit harder. 3 more. 2 more. Very last one. Good job. Now keeping the elbows as straight as you can from the shoulder blades, retract the shoulders and then lengthen it out. So the elbows stay straight. The only movement happens between the shoulder blades as we pinch the shoulder blades together. Be aware of keeping the shoulders low. Don't hunch up those shoulders. Keep all the tension out of your neck and relax. And let's squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the shoulder blades. And relax. 3 more. Squeeze. And relax. Keep the elbows as straight as you can. 2 more. Keep the tension out of your neck and shoulders. And 1 more. We're going to add on to that movement. So we're still going to start with the shoulder blades drawing back, and now we're going to bring the elbows back and we're going to pretend we're going to touch them together behind your back. And then with control, release. Good job, sitting nice and tall, that invisible book on your head, shoulder blades retract, elbows come back. We're going to try to touch them behind your back. And then with control, soften it away. Shoulder blades, elbows, and lots of control, releasing. 1 more time, shoulder blades, elbows, squeeze, and release. And now if your arms tend to give you any kind of grief, if you have any sort of shoulder pain, keep the elbows close to your body. But if it's okay to turn your knuckles up to the ceiling, we're going to keep the elbows level to the floor and pull your thumbs back as far as you can, right to your underarms. And then soften and release. So just another way to really open up that chest, draw the thumbs all the way back and release. And squeeze. And release. Let's go 4 more. And release. 3 more. Squeeze. And release. 2 more. Squeeze. And release. And very last one. Big squeeze. And release. Nice work. We're just going to change our hand position. So now the rubber band's going to thread through your palm and up through your thumb. Elbows are nice and tight to the body. Want to look down at the belly button and start to lean back until you find a point that you feel like there's a little bit of a challenge here. When you get to that point, just hold it, and then we're going to bring the hands to your shoulders. So a little bicep squeeze and release. So staying back and letting your body build some endurance as we work those biceps. But anytime you feel any stress, come back to the seated position. Let's go 4 more. And breathe. 3 more. And breathe. 2 more. And breathe. Very last one. And up we go. And now it's going to be knuckles together. So the body's going to move first. We're going to tuck the tailbone forward, lean back until you feel that challenge again through your core, and then let the arms follow along to your breastbone. Inner thighs are engaging and squeezing as we press into the heels, and up we go, and let the arms follow. So body first, leaning back, the arms follow, And then inner thighs, heels, up we go, and the arms follow. So let's make that a little more fluid. Body, and then arms, and then body and arms. So it's one continuous motion. Back, and arms come back, and back to a seated position, and the arms extend out. Let's go 4 more. Leaning back, and up. 3 more. Back, and up. 2 more. Back, and up. 1 more time. Back, and up. Good job. We're going to come down to our lying down position in a second, but while we're up here, I'm going to do a couple more, little more traditional Pilates movement. We're going to start with some upper body rotation. So rotation can be really hard on the spine. Think about if you've ever seen those old propellers. I'm dating myself here with the propellers with the rubber bands that used to be on the toys or the boats. You wind them up, and that's how your spine gets energy to move. But when you wind something up, like we do in rotation, it compresses it and creates a lot of stress on it or makes it tighter. So it's really important when we do rotation to take a deep breath in, because that breath's going to decompress the spine. And always only work within a really comfortable range of motion, never force it. So we'll start with our hands across the chest, sitting as tall as we can, rolling the shoulders back. Rotation happens from the base of the ribs. So from the base of the ribs, take a big breath in, and just look over your shoulder and let your body follow. The further back you can look, the more you're going to go into the rotation. And exhale and hold. So when we drive, really important that we rotate. Big breath in, up, and look over the other shoulder. We want to freely be able to turn that neck and let the body follow. Exhale, hold. Big breath in, up and over, looking over the other shoulder. See how far back behind you're comfortable looking. And exhale, hold. Big breath in, up and over. Exhale, hold. Big breath in, come back to the center. We're going to add on to that exercise, hopefully we warm the spine up a bit, to a movement in Pilates called the saw. So with the saw, we want our feet to be a little bit wider, toes pulled back to the nose, because that's the way we stand on the ground. We want that hip hinge to be nice and tall. If you have a problem sitting tall when you're on the floor, feel free to prop yourself up by using maybe a stool or a chair so that you can get that nice straight spine. You don't want to be rotating with a slouched spine. That's really hard on the spine. That's why posture is so important for things like golfing. And now we're going to let the hands come all the way out to the side. Let's turn the thumbs up and then roll the shoulders back again. Now remember, big breath in, and from the base or the bottom of the ribs, we're just going to rotate. And now trying to keep that spine as straight as you can. Think about that little baby finger sawing off your little baby toe. And then sit up nice and tall. And from the base of the ribs, we're going to rotate the other direction. Try to saw off that little baby toe, trying to keep that straight spine and increase that hip flexibility. Big breath in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, up and rotate. Exhale, reach. Saw off that little baby toe or wherever your body lets you go. And switch. And up. Let's go 4 more. And reach. And up. 3 more. And reach. And up. 2 more. And reach. And up. 1 more. And reach. And up. Well done. Let's bring the legs together. Give them a great big old shake. And from here we're going to lower ourselves down towards the floor. We're going to start with a few preps because that's how we get our strength. If you can't do a full roll up, you get the strength to do that by reclining. And that can be done in a chair as well. So let's look down at our belly button and start to lean back until you find that point. And it's challenging. And when you find that point, squeeze the inner thighs and press into the heels, and up we go. So if you have any sort of back pain, you want to make these movements really small and keep the hands there to support your spine. If that's not an issue, when we come up, you can lift the hands. One of the things we often do when we reach our hands out is reach. And as soon as you do that, you can see my shoulders are extended. They're not in the joint. We don't want that. So roll the shoulders back so they're in the frame of your body. And now from here, we're going to look down at the belly button. Lean back. Engage inner thighs. Press into the heels. Up we go. Let's go 7 more. Lean back. And squeeze, and up we go. The breathing, if you're interested, would be inhale back because we need that exhale to help press us up. Inhale back. Exhale up. 3 more. And up. 2 more. And up. On the last one, we're going to lower ourselves down. So as slow and controlled as you possibly can. Low back, middle back, shoulder, and head. Well done. When you get down here, just get yourself nice and comfortable. We're going to bend the feet in and then widen out through the shoulders. Let's do a little more work with the arms. We're going to turn both thumbs so they're facing the ceiling. And now we're going to let the right hand come overhead. And now keep that right hand as long as you can. Keep your ribs heavy and then press that left foot hand down towards your foot. So we're just creating a little opposition in our body, trying to open up those big muscles in your back. If it's not comfortable to raise your arm overhead, find that happy spot. It could be out to the side. And then hopefully as things get stronger and a little more subtle, and a little more as things get, and hopefully as your body gets a little stronger and a little more pliable, we'll be able to bring those arms up. And now let's switch. The top arm comes down towards your feet and the bottom hand comes up beside your ear or wherever it can go. And then once it gets there, that bottom hand goes towards your heel. Top hand goes towards something just out of reach. And switch. When you get there, that nice long reach towards your heel and towards the wall over your head. And one more up. And reach. Good job. See how long those arms can be. And now we're going to bring that top arm down to your side, the palms down to the floor. Widen out through the shoulders. Walk the feet in towards your bottom. Try to press the outside of the shoulders into the mat as you press your toes into the floor and squeeze your glutes, and up we go with our hips. So we're in bridge position now, a little energy in the toes. Goal here is to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes. You get those muscles that wake up that protect your back. And then soften it down until your bottom hits the floor. And then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes, and up we go. Little energy in the toes into that bridge position. In a perfect world, there'd be a straight line from our knee to our shoulder. So a nice straight line. We don't want to hyperextend that back or arch the back. Everything's nice and neutral. And then from here, just lower it down. And then squeeze the glutes and the hips come up. 4, 3, 2, and down. And one more time, squeeze, lift, and hold. 4, 3, Make sure you breathe. 2, and down. Nice job. Now from here we want to take our gaze down to our belly button. So we're bringing our eyeballs so that we're looking down. When you do that, you should feel the back of your neck lengthen, and that's the position we want to be in. And then as the back of your neck's lengthened, let's just gently push it into the mat and work that posture. And relax. So to try to keep looking down at your knees or your belly button as you gently push your head into the mat. You can have a pillow if this isn't an uncomfortable position. And relax. Now let's add our arms to that. We're going to bring our arms straight out to the side. Lower if it hurts to have them at that kind of 90 degrees. And now good, tuck the chin or look down at the belly button, press your head into the mat and then press the elbows into the floor, but keep your ribs heavy. And relax. Good job. So elbows press, shoulders are wide, head presses, we're looking down at the navel. And then just a low grade, relax everything, but there's still a little energy pressing in. And then from here, let's just check our shoulder flexibility. See if you can bring your hands down to the floor and press the back of your hands into the floor. Again, if that's not a comfortable position, just find the place that works for you. And then up again. And I'm going to give you an option here. We can keep that hand nice and flat and relax, or you can turn the thumb down towards the floor. Turning the thumb back is really going to help open up even more. If you're a golfer or if you play any kind of throwing sports, you need that flexibility, even pickleball, through your forearms so that you don't develop those tendonitis type symptoms. And relax. So the ribs stay heavy. If you're okay with the thumbs down, pressing the thumbs into the floor and relax. One more time, if it's okay, turn the thumbs down, big press and relax. Remember, only work in a pain-free zone. Now we're going to take the hands behind the head. Try to keep looking down at your knees or your belly button and then widen out through the elbows as you press your head into your hands. And relax. And again, just widen the elbows. Let gravity be your friend to realign your posture. And relax. And one more time, just going to press elbows, head, and relax. From here, you decide. We want to use our abs as much as we can to help lift the head up. But you can have the hands there for support. The hands aren't holding the head. Your abs are doing all the work. But we let your hands give a little support if they need to. If you need a little more support as you come up looking at your belly button, you could wrap your elbows around the ears. But again, they're nice and light. We're not pulling that head up with the hands. We're letting the abs do the work. And down. And big breath in. I'm just going to do one more. And put the shoulders wide. We're just going to bring that one leg up. And now from here, let's bring the other hand. So if it's your right leg up, it's your left hand that's touching the knee. And then even out through the back of your hips. And as you push, let's point the toe. As you bring that leg down, we're going to bring the arm overhead, trying to keep the ribs nice and heavy. As soon as you feel like your back's popping off the floor, then you want to take, or you just want to stop. So don't think it's about touching the floor. If my back were popping here, I'd stop right here and come up again. If you want more feedback, that free hand, you could put it right behind your back and push, push, push your back into your hand. That way you have that proprioceptive feedback And all that means is that your brain gets a little more feedback on exactly whether that back's pressing into the floor and up. If you're able to keep that nice and solid, then you just go further and further away. As your leg lowers, it reaches out a little further. Should be a little more challenging, and then comes in. Let's go 4 more. 4 and up. 3 more. Make sure you breathe and up. 2 more and up. Very last one and up. Good job. Let's bring the legs down. We're just going to give them a little wiggle. Your hip flexors might be grabbing a bit, so shake them out if you need to. And we just switch to the other side. The knee comes up. The other hand comes up. You decide. If it hurts to have your hand behind your back, just put on your belly. If you're okay to have it behind your back, it might give you a little more feedback. We're going to start to lower the leg to the floor, and as we do, that arm's going to raise overhead until you can't keep that tight connection behind your back with your rib cage or your hand. And make sure you keep breathing as you lower down. If that's easy, just take that leg further away until it's a challenge. Let's go 4 more. And up. 3 more. And up. 2 more. And up. Very last one. Perfect. And up. Let's give it a little shake. From here, let's grab that rubber band. We're going to go right foot, right in the center, or even closer to the heel if you can, because if your rubber band's around your toes and it slips, it might snap you in the face. We never want that to happen. Elbows are close to your body, or even squeezing your rib cage with your elbow. You're going to even out through your shoulders and hips, and then press that leg away. And with control, draw it back towards your shoulder. So working that range of motion in our hips as we stretch and release. Let's go 4 more and release. 3 more. And nice slow controlled movement. 2 more. And in. And very last one. And now we're going to bring that straight leg all the way up towards your chest. And we're pushing into that rubber band, because you're going to get a far better quality stretch if your leg's perfectly straight than if you do this. As soon as you bend that leg, you're releasing tension on the hamstring. So the goal of the exercise is a hamstring stretch. And if the hamstring's not stretching, we're not doing the job. So nice deep breath. Nice straight leg. Push into that rubber band. Hips are level. If you want to make this even a little more of a stretch, that bent leg, you can straighten it right out. And from here, let's push that leg that's on the mat into the mat, and then lengthen through that top leg. And just feel the opposition of that pushing and pulling to create lots of length throughout your legs. Deep breathing. Even through the back of your hips. We worked a lot of flexibility today. I hope it was helpful. Let's switch legs. So the other leg's going to draw in. We're going to bend that knee towards the same shoulder. So left knee would go towards the left shoulder. Left leg, it would be left knee towards the left shoulder. Elbows are squeezing your rib cage. You're trying to crush your rib cage, and then just press that leg away. And then lots of control as we draw that knee towards the shoulder. And then keeping the hands as heavy as they need to be, but not over squeezing. And that's a good thing to pay attention to in life, is just making sure you're using the tension you need to and not too much. Trying to relax your neck and shoulders when you can. Being aware is half the battle. Noticing whether you're even when you're sitting. All those little things add up to big change. Let's go 2 more. Control coming in. This is knee strengthening, hip mobility. 1 more. And in. And on the next one, we're going to drive that leg out, trying to push, push, push into the rubber band, and then pushing into that rubber band as we bring that straight leg up to what we call the point of stimulation. So you should feel something, but it shouldn't be a yuck. It should feel good. Should feel like it's challenged but not painful. And now that other leg, we're going to lengthen it out if that's okay. If it's too intense, keep it bent. If you're okay, pushing that bottom leg into the floor as we lengthen through the top leg, keeping the shoulders wide. We're not reaching for the rubber band. We're keeping the chest and shoulders wide, always aware of our posture. Nice, deep, deep breathing. In Pilates, we're thinking back breathing. So think of breathing into the back of your rib cage. Nice, deep, deep breaths. Since we're mostly in Pilates, we're thinking back breathing. The reason is for that is you can't work your core when you're breathing out through your belly. You're trying to keep the abs engaged and expanding that rib cage. So try to take a few deep breaths right into the back of the ribs. Perfect. Last deep breath.